Welcome back, folks, to the OC Fairgrounds here, Orange County, California, for Bamma USA on a Pro-Am show, which, RJ, again, we always say the Pro-Am shows really give you a look into the future of the sport. We're seeing guys who are trying to make their case to be pros. We're seeing pros who are trying to make their case for having not done it too soon and having a promising career. And I think we're getting a lot of that already so far.
Yeah, we have one more fight left for the amateurs before we move on to the pros, the guys that fight for paychecks. Let's see who we got next.
Next up in our welterweight contest, Blake Belshe, 5'10", 170 pounds, with a base of wrestling, and we know how predominant that can be in MMA.
Also coming in as a sub-fighter. In the blue corner, Josh Thomas at a UFC Gym Corona, 5'11", 170. He's striking out of Beaumont, Texas. We got a Southern boy in the ring today.
To tell the tape here how these two guys match up quite well. Experience and size much on the same page. Who's going to seize the advantage first?
Yeah, two guys on their debut here in Bamma USA.
Referee Mike Beltran kicking it underway. 3 2-minute rounds scheduled. Belshe in the red, Thomas in the blue.
They shake hands, and then Thomas starts swinging.
Yeah, Thomas immediately pulling the trigger. Belshe trying to make a little bit of space, it looks like.
Thomas trips right there.
Almost a side kick he threw there was Thomas. Belshe very squared, which for boxing would be a no-no, but for MMA, it's a whole different ballgame. You're balancing weight distribution different.
Makes takedown defense a little bit easier, too, when you kind of have more of a square stance, a little bit more of a wrestling stance.
Which is interesting. Now you see a hip toss attempt there going on by Josh Thomas. Thomas leaving himself open. Every time they part from being close together, he goes away with his hands down, and he's almost not looking.
Yeah, Thomas a little awkward here right now. Wow, and a spinning back kick attempt by Belshe. Thomas turns it into a takedown, but he's back up. Thomas, I don't know if he's on roller skates out there, but he's slipping and falling all over the place. I don't know if referee Beltran threw a banana peel on the floor, and Thomas seems to keep being able to find it.
The only thing left to think is ice skating. Belshe threw a nice left hook that landed on Thomas for a second there, and he's been quick to try to secure the head with a headlock there from the front and work knees to the midsection. It just looks like Josh Thomas is a little bit unorthodox, a little bit off balance, and unprotected when he gets into range for Belshe.
Yeah, Belshe's much more composed, much more crisp with his techniques.
But Belshe throwing some good shots with his hands down a little bit too.
That's a strike. I don't know if that's a knockdown and that's it.
It looked like it could have been a knockdown and a slip combined.
Well, with Thomas, you never really know. Regardless of whatever it was, Blake Belshe got the strike, got the knockout, first round stoppage for his MMA debut. Yeah, Josh Thomas, back to the drawing board for him. Some of those things he needs to tie up a little bit. The good thing about being amateur mixed martial arts.
But that shot there.
It could have caused some damage. Yeah, absolutely.
It landed on Belshe's button right on the chin, to which either didn't have that much steam on it or Belshe takes a heck of a shot.
Yeah, that was a great uppercut. And this was kind of a cool transition right here. Belshe with a spinning back kick. Thomas catches it, gets him to the ground, but Belshe's smart enough and wary enough to pop right back up.
Thomas saw that left hook coming, and he ducked under just enough. There was enough steam on that thing from leaping in by Belshe that could have really hurt. Belshe very cognizant of what he's doing. You see he's looking at his target when he's striking. He's not flailing and looking away.
Yeah, it was a left hook to kind of the back of the ear. When you get hit in that area, it throws off your equilibrium. It doesn't knock you out cold normally, but it kind of makes you not wary of where you are, rattles your brain a little bit, knocked him down, got the TKO. Good win by Belshe.
Yep, he hammer-fisted his way to a stoppage. Referee had seen enough, and that was it.
Throw it down to Joe Martinez for the official decision.
Belshe getting his first victory, handing Thomas his first loss. Somebody's O of the 4 O's, wins and losses had to go, and that was the way it was doled out, so says Belshe.
Yeah, we saw a good knockout there over a fighter that I think needs to go back to the drawing board a little bit, work on his techniques, and it once again proves my theory, Ron, and you know it very well.
Yes.
When watching a fight, the fewer tattoos always wins the fight. Stick to it. That's a true fact.
Smaller ink, greater odds. So says Professor R.J. Clifford. We'll find more of his teachings coming up next here at the Academy of Mixed Martial Arts, Bamma USA from the OC Fairgrounds. Next. Stay with us.